Well, it's like any other RPG. Get your class, fight, run dungeons. No, she's still very first thing I chose was Bunn. Then I realized it's all shoes, and then I went to Lollipop, which is like a midget. That one was me. Then I became a cat girl. Then I became a dragon girl, and now I'm back to no, it's not fair. It's species.
You want me to keep... I won't pull too big if you're not up for it. I'm my healer. I'm wondering if they can handle big pulls. It doesn't look like they can. They're struggling there for a second. This is all I'm pulling. I'm not gonna watch you struggle so hard. Well, you can have the capability I mean, actually, you'd have to take a long time. There's so many DLCs that came. You'd have to play like every DLC. I mean, there is a way that you can buy a character that's like at the level, like 10 levels below max level. So you can be somewhat caught up, but you'd only have one class that's max level. You have to unlock all the other classes. Like after a while, that's kind of what I did when my friend stopped playing and I went to go reset my server. My friend was doing it for me because he's the one who played for a while, and he accidentally deleted my character. And so I made him buy me a new character, and he did. I was like, you are so stupid. He was like, I'm so sorry. I will buy you a new character and I will help you get it maxed out. I was like, alright. I know he didn't mean to because sometimes it gets really difficult buying certain stuff. So it was probably an accident because he put it on the wrong server. So he maxed out, he switched the servers of another character that I already had, but it was a character that I started off with. But when I found out that my friends were on a different server, I was like, oh shit, like switch. Because you have like different servers, which is like North America, South America, and all that stuff. And then in those are different block servers, and in those different block servers are different, area codes. So we could still be in the same block server, but it looks like a lot, doesn't it, when I'm playing? Every time I say that, like, when I'm playing my healer, everybody's like, I don't know, when I show my friends, like, the game, or my sister, or whoever, they're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Oh no, my hotbar is what I have on here, is what I think. Yeah. Yeah. This game allows you to pick like six different hotbars as well. I just don't be putting on that many because I don't need it. You better stop it. I'm gonna leave you for dead. Watch. Keep playing with me. No, not you. feel like this healer's like doesn't want me to pull, but maybe does. That's not good. Let's do that. So great. Which is surprising since we have a Reaper. Huh. Unless the Reaper's new. Not that much. Alright, Dragon Man. Or Dragon Tiger, whatever. Out of the middle. Back up. You're a moron. You almost died. Oh, you are new. Oh no, you're a returning player. Oh, never mind. Keep getting these things. So let me show you something real quick. So, well, first let me look at the thing that you sent me. Oh, okay. This is like old. I don't know why I've probably seen someone play this. Yeah. But here's the classes that you could choose from. All of these. Well, don't say that, because you don't know what they do yet. So out of these tanks, each one of them have their own perks. Like, these two are probably the best for defense, but they're both really good defense. This one has certain healing abilities that allows them to stay in the fight a little bit longer. This one has really good defense for like an entirety of the team. But these two are a little bit different because these are very physical. These two are a little bit more magical. So this one has a lot of magical damage, and it's always difficult to pull aggro away from a Dark Knight because their constant attack is aggressive. Yet they don't have any healing abilities though, but they do have abilities that can give them back their mana. The Gunbreaker doesn't have a lot of good defense like the rest of them, but it's hits harder. Its offense is better. It has a lot more attacks than everybody else. It doesn't have too much defense for the team, but more self for itself. And it has a little bit more heals than everybody else. So yeah. These are all the melee DPS. These are better for single target damage. The Pulchus turns into the Monk. The DPS stays strong as long as you keep your stacks up. The Dragoon is the second best single target damage. It's a Lancer, but it turns into the Dragoon. The Rogue turns into the Ninja. And again, another class that's really good if you keep its stacks up. Samurai is first/second best. I still think it's first best. Single target damage is impeccable. Reaper is a little bit more magical. Also, first. It's like in between these two being the best. Because this one just came out when the new DLC came out. But, yeah. Healers, White Mage, I would say is the best healer just because it does a wide area of healing. And it can heal multiple targets at once. Scholar gives more of defense. It's defensive healing, which gives shields in case there's big attacks. Astrologian gives a lot of buffs to teammates. And then the Sage gives also a lot of shields as well. But it's a little bit more faster than this one. Because this one heals while using a summons. So the Scholar and the Summoner share the same thing. Is that one goes a DPS route and one goes a healing route. So when you're upgrading one, you're upgrading the other. So let's say if it's the Arcanist, but it lets you get to the point where you choose which path you want to go. DPS or healing. So even if you choose DPS, as you're leveling that one up, it's leveling up your healing at the same time. So yeah. This is the physical range DPS. The archer gives buffs, and it also turns into the bard that can also play music while you're here. A lot of people would play the bard, and they would do nothing but play music the whole time. Like, they have little concerts of them playing music. So, yeah. Let me see if there's anybody playing right now. I'm in an area where there's a lot of people. But usually a lot of people would play here, and they'll have, like... So since this is also PC... Oh, there's also PC players. A lot of people will have macros that allows them to have multiple people playing instruments at the same time. So they have like a live band playing. The Mechanist is pretty good DPS. It uses a lot of more mecha suits, obviously. It has a gun. And then the Dancer can give buffs as long as it's target onto somebody. But it can only give it to one person. But it also gives buffs to itself as well. And then the mages, the Thaumaturge turns into the Black Mage, which is the highest DPS mage if you have a lot of targets. You also can do better damage when you put down your ley lines, but in order to do damage in your ley lines, you have to be standing in your ley lines, and sometimes when you're fighting, you gotta move around a lot. Mages, obviously, you don't want to move around a lot because you gotta cast spells, so yeah, but that's why they're best when they're stationary, and they do more damage against a bundle of targets all in one spot. The Summoner is also pretty good. Obviously, use summons in order to do a lot of damage. I started playing this one, but when the new DLC came out and they started changing abilities, this one gets a little bit more confusing for me. But you'll see a few people play them once in a while. They'll summon things like Bahamut and Ifrit and Garuda and big summons like that. The Red Mage, aka the Res Mage. The Red Mage is one of the only other... So the Red Mage and the Summoner can actually do something that the healers can do, which is res people. So let's say if the healer dies and you need the healer back on your team, these two can actually cast a spell that will res the healer, and they're the only two that can do that. But the Red Mage is really good. I think you'll play more of the Red Mage more than the Summoner, because the Red Mage has dual casting, which means that it can cast a spell, and then it can automatically cast a spell right after without having to wait for the timer. So you know how, like, it takes a few seconds to cast a spell? So basically, you'll cast a spell, and instead of waiting for the second spell to cast, you can cast it right away. And they can also do physical DPS as well. So they're both magical and physical. The Blue Mage, the reason why it says limited jobs on the Blue Mage is because the Blue Mage actually isn't allowed to play in matchmaking. This class is only allowed like after you get all the ones and you just want to mess around. Because the Blue Mage is basically everything. The Blue Mage is a tank, a healer, a DPS, anything. It can play absolutely anything. But the only way you can unlock its spells is that there's a spell book, the Blue Mage spell book, and the only way that you can unlock its abilities is by facing against certain enemies, like facing certain enemies that are around certain areas, certain bosses, certain dungeons you have to do, certain trials you have to do, and that's how you unlock these spells. But that class, you can't play like what I just did. You can't do that as a Blue Mage because they can't do matchmaking. Otherwise, the game would be broken and everybody would just play Blue Mage because they're too broken. Let's see. I want to play DPS. What DPS should I play? Dancer, Dragon, Samurai, Red Mage. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Dancer. I'm a big stylist in this game. I like my styles. I have to look good while I'm fighting. So my Dancer looks good. I thought it looks nice. she's got like a regular, you know, street look, you know, like she's hanging out with her friends. And then my dragoon looks like she's going to the beach. And then my samurai looks a little bit more serious, slightly. And my red mage is a little too adorable. And then my Gunbreaker, you've seen them. You said they look like a demon, apparently. And then my healers both look the same. Adorable. Yeah, no, I gotcha. I think I'm gonna go samurai. So, obviously, if you're playing a healer or a tank, your Q time is going to be less because everybody's going to be playing DPS. But as we're doing this, let me see if I can find the other things that I was talking about. So, you see these tiger people? These are the ones that I was talking about. Well, actually, yeah, these are both tiger people. You can only, when you pick that species, you can only be a male. There's no female species of these guys. Yeah, there's only a male species of these cat people. There used to be only female species. Why is there so many cat men? What the fuck? It's like they're conjugating. Crazy. There's so many. Before, you can only be a bunny girl, but then they realized a lot of people want to be bunny guys, so now they let you be a bunny guy. See, that's a dragon girl. I used to be her. And then this is a Lalafell. These are the little ones, little munchkin. And then someone just dressed up as Sephiroth. I saw that. Hopefully they're there when I get back. If you don't know who Sephiroth is, okay, this person's a human. The one in the yellow, that's a human. This one is not a human. This one is a tall person. This is the one I think I was talking about. Yeah. So this one is like not human, but it's one of the tall people. But this is what I was trying to say. I couldn't find the name of. And then there's a cat girl. And there's an elf. Yeah. Well, I'm about to lay down actually. Yeah, this is what I said, like, I'm just days where I'm super tired and bed now. What? Summon the king! Try and get closer. That's what happens when you don't try and get closer. Holy hell. Yeah, such a good man. King of the Mongols. You could play this in first person, you know. It's just a lot different. You could play this in first person. It does. It looks really weird. Like, really weird. I've never in my life played first person. Because then I won't be able to see the attacks that are up by my feet. But look, is there a person still here? No, he's gone! Oh, there was someone here who was dressed like Sephiroth. See, that's a big person. This person right here? In the red? You have that. And then you got human, cat, dragon. Human, bunny, dragon, bunny, cat. I'm trying to find the other ones. I haven't seen an elf in a while. Elves just feel so too much sometimes. Yeah, but, yeah, this one's fun. But, I think I'm gonna lay down now. That's enough gaming. Enough gaming.